Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Bachelor Nation News. Fans, the Bachelor star Zoe McGrady has already made a name for herself on the show, being cast as the villain for stealing Bachelor Grant Ellis away from the other girls. Viewers watched on the dating show as Zoe took control during a group basketball date as she revealed to the other women she had a plan to get Grant on his own. "I'm going to forfeit and steal Grant," she told the others, which instantly earned dislike from the group. This only got worse as she then interrupted Grant's conversations with others to grab his attention. The model and influencer has already had an impact on Grant, earning herself one of the coveted roses and certainly catching the eligible single man's eye. Zoe McGrady might be a stunning brunette beauty, but she's not just a pretty face. Season 29 contestant is also a tech assistant who isn't afraid to go after what she wants, according to her bio on the ABC website. The bio continued, and what she wants now is to find her Prince Charming. Zoe's super impressive, and that's not just because she graduated from Duke University with a degree in mechanical engineering. The influencer, model, and tech guru from New York City graduated from Duke University in 2019 before moving into a career in tech. Alongside her career in fintech, she also works as a model, as she explained on her portfolio website. "For the past 3 years, I have also become a successful model and content creator in New York City, already fulfilling some of my childhood dreams by signing with a top agency and working with brands like Under Armour and Sephora. In addition to my professional pursuits, I'm passionate about mentoring. I work with various organizations, sharing my experiences in male-dominated fields, from wrestling to engineering, and discussing how I've navigated through my own childhood adversities." Ahead of the January 2025 premiere, Zoe gushed about getting to take part in the dating show as she told followers, "NYC was voted the worst city to date, so as a woman in STEM, I took the only logical next step. Tune in to follow my journey to finding love. You agree you're 18 or over. We use your sign-up to provide content in ways you've consented in and improve our understanding of you. This may include ads from us and third parties based on our knowledge of you. Unsubscribe at any time. More info." Viewers have already earmarked Zoe for drama after she ruffled the feathers of some of her fellow girls on their group date. Natalie, Chloe, Parisa, Beverly, Ali Jo, Alicia, Serafina, Vicky, and Juliana were left standing awkwardly in a gym as she took Grant outside for alone time. They weren't the only ones who were annoyed by the move, as fans also called it out on social media, blasting her as a red flag and a villain. Zoe was also called out by viewers for playing dirty during the basketball game the women played as well. One person wrote on X, "Zoe is going to have to sleep with both eyes open after this game." Another added, "Zoe is committing fouls and not getting called for it." A third shared, "Wow, Zoe really ruining this date, and I thought she would make it deep this season. Maybe she still will. I like the little girl who said she should be disqualified."
No one saw coming. As season 29 of The Bachelor unfolded week by week, filled with picturesque helicopter dates, poolside rose ceremonies, and emotional confessions under fairy lights, there was one name that didn't hit headlines until it exploded across every corner of the internet: Zoe McGrady. A last-minute contestant who arrived halfway through the season in a shocking twist orchestrated by producers, Zoe wasn't supposed to be there. In fact, many thought she was added just for drama. No one expected her to make it past the first rose ceremony she appeared in. And yet, somehow, she didn't just make it, she dominated. Tall, impossibly elegant, with stormy gray eyes that could cut glass and a razor-sharp wit to match, Zoe glided into the mansion like she owned it. While the other women shared anxious glances, hoping their connections with Grant Ellis were strong enough to survive this curveball, Zoe wasted no time. Within 10 minutes of meeting Grant, she'd pulled him aside. Within 1 day, she had a date card. And within 2 weeks, she had him confessing things to her that he hadn't even shared with his frontrunner, Juliana Pasquarosa. By the time hometowns arrived, Zoe McGrady had shifted from the new girl to the girl to beat. And Bachelor Nation, it turned on her fast. From mystery to infamy. Zoe wasn't just a mystery. She was a puzzle with pieces that didn't seem to fit any box The Bachelor had ever tried to cram a contestant into. She wasn't a pageant queen. She wasn't a social media influencer. She wasn't a hopeful romantic with a Pinterest wedding board and a dream of matching pajamas on Christmas morning. She was something else entirely. Bachelor blogs started digging. Reddit threads exploded with conspiracy theories. Who was Zoe McGrady? Why did she show up so late? Was she a plant by producers to destroy Juliana's love story? Turns out, Zoe had a past. Before appearing on The Bachelor, Zoe had worked as a high-end fashion publicist in New York City, repping names like Balenciaga and Versace. She wasn't just stylish, she was style. Her Instagram, once private, was unlocked by internet sleuths and showed photos of her in Milan, London, Paris, not just posing in couture, creating it. Rumors surfaced that she once dated a Grammy-nominated singer. Another whisper claimed she turned down a Netflix show because she doesn't like being told what to say. So why this show? According to her one-on-one confessional, "I've never been in love. I want to be. Grant seems like the kind of man that could break through the noise." That line alone set Bachelor Twitter on fire. Juliana's tears, Zoe's triumph. Juliana had been the girl to watch. She and Grant had shared the first kiss, the first real tears, the first moment that felt like forever. Until Zoe. Until that one night, in the hot tub, an impromptu, unplanned moment when Zoe pulled Grant aside during the cocktail party and whispered, "I don't want to waste time pretending I'm okay watching you fall for someone else." It was bold, it was raw, and it worked. Grant kissed her, passionately, on camera, while Juliana watched from the shadows. That was the night everything shifted. Juliana, sobbing in the interview room, whispered, "I don't know what just happened. I thought we were solid. I thought I knew where his heart was. But maybe Zoe's just better at this." Fans were torn. Some called it manipulative, others called it confidence. But everyone agreed on one thing. Zoe McGrady had arrived, and she wasn't leaving without a fight. When villains win. Traditionally, the villain of The Bachelor flames out by week 6. Maybe she gets a dramatic 2-on-1, maybe she has a dramatic exit, maybe she throws wine in someone's face. Zoe did none of that. She played the long game. She comforted the other girls after rose ceremonies, even those she just beat. She cooked breakfast in the house, she offered advice. She wasn't the usual chaos agent, but she was unshakably direct. "You're not here to make friends," she told a producer during an off-camera moment that later leaked. "You're here to win, and I'm here to win Grant's heart. Period." The fandom hated her for that. They called her cold, calculating, a snake in designer heels. But Grant, he saw something else. Zoe's not fake. She says what she means. She doesn't play the game. She owns it. That quote would become a meme, a curse and a blessing, because it meant only one thing. Juliana was in trouble. The final rose shocker. Everyone expected the finale to end with Juliana, the safe bet, the sweetheart, the one whose heart had been shattered on camera before and who represented true love to Bachelor Nation. But that's not what happened. In a twist that made Bachelor history, Grant got down on one knee in front of Zoe McGrady in a cliffside ceremony in Mexico and said, "I didn't come on this show expecting you, but you're the one I can't walk away from." The camera cut to Juliana watching from a monitor backstage, silent, still, destroyed. Zoe? She smiled. She kissed him. She whispered, "I told you." And Bachelor Nation lost its mind. After the final rose, and backlash. The live After the Final Rose special was supposed to be a celebration. It became a war zone. Fans booed Zoe when she walked on stage. The energy was ice. Even Jesse Palmer struggled to hide the tension. "Zoe, a lot of people feel like you stole Grant. What do you say to them?" Zoe didn't flinch. "You can't steal a person. You can only open a door. Grant chose to walk through it." Juliana, seated a few feet away, didn't respond. But Bachelor Nation did. Hashtags Justice for Juliana and hashtag Zoe the Villain trended for days. Petitions were created to block Zoe from appearing on Dancing with the Stars. People dissected her Instagram captions like biblical texts. Still, Zoe didn't apologize. She posted a single photo on her feed, a blurry selfie of her and Grant laughing under the moonlight. The caption, "Not stolen, just seen." Who is Zoe McGrady really? Away from the cameras, away from the chaos, the real question remained. Who is Zoe McGrady? Those who knew her before The Bachelor painted a more complicated picture. A former coworker said she was brilliant but intimidating. A college roommate recalled, she doesn't cry, ever, except for animals. A family member told US Weekly, Zoe's always had walls. It takes a hurricane to bring them down. Maybe Grant was that hurricane. Grant, for his part, stood by her. In interviews post-show, he admitted, I didn't expect the fallout, but I've never met anyone like Zoe. She makes me better, and she doesn't care what anyone thinks. That quote would become a meme, a curse, and a blessing. Because it meant only one thing. Juliana was in trouble. Redemption or repeat? When ABC announced The Bachelorette for the following season, many expected Juliana to be the pick. Instead, it went to another contestant entirely, sending shockwaves through the fandom. Why? Because Bachelor Nation wasn't over Zoe, not by a long shot. Rumors have swirled that Zoe was offered Bachelor in Paradise and turned it down. One insider claimed she said, I don't want redemption, I want respect. Those aren't the same thing. Others say Zoe is working on a memoir, a tell-all. And some believe she and Grant won't last. But according to a recent podcast appearance, when asked if she regrets going on The Bachelor, Zoe answered simply, no, I didn't go to be liked. I went to find love. And I did. Villain or visionary? In a world where women are expected to compete for love while still playing nice, Zoe McGrady rewrote the rules. She didn't beg for roses. She didn't cry for validation. She didn't soften herself for the camera. And in doing so, she divided a nation. Some see her as a cautionary tale. Others see her as a pioneer. But whether you love her or loathe her, one thing is clear. Zoe McGrady didn't just steal Grant Ellis. She stole the show. And maybe she stole the future of The Bachelor with it.